still, I thought you froze.
I mean, I just kind of do that. I end up just like
just frozen in time. Well, it's been a little bit. I was camping last week, so I kind of forgot to tell everybody who wasn't a player, like, hey, by the way, we're going to take next week off, and I'm going camp. Okay, bye.
I absolutely forgot, and I woke up last Monday going, yeah, game day! And you posted pictures and videos of you camping. I'm like, oh!
Owner. Oh, yeah, as everybody can tell, these fucking losers, Lyra and Theodore, are getting married in Scotland in a fairy glen, like a bunch of losers. Fucking weenies. Yeah, what is this? This is episode 2, or no, season 2, episode 6. I'm going to start saying that at the beginning, so when I go to edit these things, I know what I'm fucking watching. Because a couple times I'm like, what the fuck is the name of this? So this is season 2, episode 6, Guided by Moonlight. Yeah, I think...
Are we getting magical girl transformations?
Yeah. What's the name of that anime where the schoolgirls turn into Sherman tanks?
Oh, God.
I can't remember.
Girl und Panzer?
I think so. Yeah, so now everybody turns into a Sherman tank. Yes, we're gonna have a nice little intimate sesh. Actually, let's get to the Foundry map because that's where we left off.
Oh, do this.
We move this a little so we're centered for everybody. Let's see if that works. There we go. So, everyone will notice too that there is a little baby moon creature here now instead of Theodore and Lyra, because we'll do a little mini recap because I almost forgot what happened. Theodore had some sort of traumatic experience, went inside of his gem, and then the gem started dripping that raw magic that his wand that he stole from the Forgotten Pharaoh's tomb was dripping, and started to have adverse effects on the ship and the people. And at one point, the gem was in Nimbletooth's room. It was trying to burrow through into Snick's room while she was doing what teenagers do.
Why exactly was that happening?
There's what teenagers do, and they're angsty and young and do blood rituals to summon a fucking undead god.
Like you do.
Like you do. No big deal. That's what happens. But yeah, you guys cut the ritual off before anything else happened, and you guys had some back and forth about Nimbletooth, trying to figure out his origins, and then you started noticing the gem was like a beacon and glowing, and eventually got stronger and stronger until a sand elemental, aka a sandman, showed up and tried to put everybody to sleep and whisk you away to an alternate dimension forever and ever, amen. But luckily you guys beat him, and right at the end, Lyra had summoned a giant thunderstorm and was calling down lightning, and then the last blast, it was this massive wave of bright light, and then she enveloped into her gem, which then absorbed Theodore's gem, dripping the raw magic, and she turned into the little moon. And then way off in the distance, which geographically and spatially it doesn't make sense. You shouldn't be able to see that far, but you could see a beam of moonlight coming down in the far distance. And I think the last thing was that Yezin recognized that as the general location of where Moonspore Grotto should be.
Now, did we determine that it seemed like maybe Sandman had been attracted to the current state of Teddy's gem? Am I getting that right?
Yeah, that's a you could totally make that assumption because it seemed like as it's like beaconing, he kept like going towards it and was attracted to that general area. So for sure, that was definitely a assumption you can make. And actually, when the Sandman died, Yezin poured out his pick that had the churning sea of silt in it and scooped up the blink dust mixture that was the Sandman and put it in to his
I
fucking
forgot
pick.
about that.
What did he do with the sand?
He put it into his pick because his pick has like a cylinder in it that always had churning sea of silt sand in it. That's how it got a lot of its abilities and like did what it did. But now it's got the essence of a Sandman inside of it.
Oh,
Yeah,
all right.
like blink dusty Sandman goo.
That's going to in no way be harmful to us ever.
Ever. But yeah, so let's I guess we'll just pick up from there. You guys just saw Lyra absorb Teddy's gem. She turns into a small moon that's just hovering in the center of the ship and on the deck, and now you see a moonbeam way off in the distance that you shouldn't be able to see.
Are they dead now?
Is she she's a moon, like, right? Like, I'm not still high on anything. Like, she turned into a moon, right?
And absorbed Teddy. So is Lyra like a god now?
Yeah, I think Lyra turned into Kalira. That's probably what happened. Well, she has ascended and she took Teddy with her. It's just us three now. We're on our own.
There's no way anything can go wrong. I'm sure it's going to be great. Our dynamic is fantastic. I'm sure it's going to go well.
Well, what are the chances that we could find a couple of replacements over there? And he's pointing to, where the Moonspore Grotto Moonlight beam is like.
I mean, we're heading that way anyway. I have no idea, but I can probably safely say we're not going to find replacements there.
Oh no? Why not?
Well, because everything that came out of there was possessed or dead.
Oh, well, you came out of there, didn't you?
Like I said, everything that came out of there was like possessed or dead, or
All right,
sold
fair.
their souls to a devil.
What happens if I touch the moon?
It stays in place. There's a little bit of give, but it kind of just stays there.
I don't think it's going to move, guys.
Play volleyball with the moon.
Do you want to upset Lyra? Because I don't want to upset Lyra.
She could probably kill us all with just a thought.
Now, is she the only source of light on deck at this point? Is she giving off light? She's giving off light, right?
Yeah, there's a radiance to her for sure.
Well, either way, I'm going to steer us in the direction of like the moonbeam directing us to where to go.
Yeah, for sure. That's the way you assume the grotto was, and now it's kind of like but it's like a week-ish away. Like it shouldn't be.
Oh, it's that far away. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah, because you guys just
shit.
came into the desert.
Oh, this is the best kind of like RPG thing with the Skyrim tell me where to go.
Yeah, you don't even have to download mods for Wowhead or anything on Wowhead anymore.
Well, it shouldn't take that long to get there, right?
I have no idea. We were like a week away. So, I don't know. Time has been weird since I've started journeying with all y'all.
I concur.
About 26 weeks has felt like 4 days.
We've been busy, that's for sure.
It's been a hectic. 4 days then.
Well, I mean, if we're still gonna head in that direction, maybe it won't take a full week.
I mean, I can try to push this thing as fast as it can go, but I have no idea.
Well, we can just go and enjoy the adventure, and however long it takes us, maybe we'll find something cool on the way.
Yeah.
Like a moon?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, already done.
Do we cover this? Like, is this putting her in danger, Theo in danger, us in danger? Like,
I mean, it did seem like that sand creature was attracted to Teddy or whatever he was giving off, but he's inside of Lyra now, so
He's not giving off, like, the moon's not giving off the pulse that the wand was, is it?
Nope.
No. I mean, the pulse is gone.
yeah. So I think it's relatively safe. She's probably obscuring it, so
okay. Well,
Hiding the magic in the moon. That's brilliant.
And who's got that book that we got from Atticus's place?
What book?
You know, the book.
did we? I didn't go to Atticus. I didn't go to visit Atticus, so I have no idea what book you're talking about.
I also have no idea what book you're talking
I
about.
think we were out shopping when they went to the
Okay.
library.
Oh no. Well,
I think you investigated the body, didn't you, Nibbletooth? I think you investigated.
yeah, but the book was on the table, right? So I think maybe Lyra took it. I think she's got it.
Do you think you would have made a
Oh.
copy of it? It was just a letter. It wasn't a full book.
No, there was only really like one like one small section that really drew Nibbletooth's attention in particular.
It's safe to say for sure. If you want to, I could pull it up on Foundry so you could read it, because I mean it was only a couple days ago. So
Yeah.
yeah, it would be fresh
Oh,
in
I
your
mean-
mind.
Yeah, it was just the other stuff that Nibbletooth doesn't really remember. There was mention of the Moonspore Grotto, and there was mention of the Butcher, and
The book we got from Galen Drench.
well,
His
yeah.
diary.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it was his book. Right.
Oh, I have that one.
Oh, yeah, that one. Okay. Well, maybe there's more information on there that we could look into.
Activate.
Yeah, that one. I was say I wrote it all down, not knowing that, realizing we could just save it.
It was also posted in the lore dump on the Discord too.
Oh, okay.
You should be able to see that. I think you have characters on it, on the screen or on the map, possibly.
Yeah, there we go. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh, the Shifting City. Is that where you're from, Yezin? Or is that in the Sea of Silt? Like, where is that in relation to where we currently are and headed to?
You would know that the Shifting City's at the top of the Larumi Desert, so like the complete opposite direction of where you guys went.
Super north. Up there, it's cold.
Okay. All right. So are we just gonna go to the Moonspore Grotto? What are we?
I mean, that's where we're heading. There ain't nothing else down here. It was our best option, I guess. Which is weird because it's not a good option.
Well, I mean, I'm not really sure where we are, so going to any of the other places might take longer.
Screw it. Let's just go to the Moonspore Grotto. Let's see what happens, and let's take it as it comes.
Whoa. All right.
I know that sounded wrong. That's not what I meant. Just roll with it, Nimbletooth.
Hey, I'm here for the ride. I don't care.
Hey, Danny, about how far, like, where in relation to anything else in the Sea of Silt is the Moonspore Grotto?
I mean, you have a couple like things that you like rubble deposits and relics and stuff that you come across near there, but they all get covered back up. Nothing's really permanent around here.
Fair enough. I guess I was more asking about where Yezin is from.
So it's like the Moonspore Grotto is like directly in the center of the Sea of Silt, and you're all the way to the west.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah, you were like right where that mountain range was that you picked out. Yeah, you're way to the west. So I mean, it's like literally halfway into the Sea of Silt is where you guys found it, where you assumed it was.
Well,
I mean, this is going to be the only place around for leagues and leagues and miles and whatever other measure of distance you want to use.
well, it would be a shame to turn around now. I think the Moonspore Grotto it is.
Yeah.
Hopefully we could, we won't need these two.
It's fine. Let's go.
I mean, let's hope. They might be back before we even get there.
B.
I mean, by my best estimate, it should take another week to get there, but like I said, this magic shit has been weird and making it faster for dark travel.
Well, all right then.
That gives us time
Yeah.
to sit down
I'm gonna go to my room.
find
I'll be
out
right back.
more about Nimbletooth, right?
I literally put my arm out. You're not going anywhere, Nimbletooth. We need to talk.
Yeah, what do you guys want to talk about? We got plenty of time.
How blunt do I want to be? What are you?
What do you mean?
I saw your true form, and I haven't told anyone.
Oh, and you're saying it out loud now.
Yeah, I still haven't said anything, and it's just Yezin. I trust Yezin with everything.
I'm sorry, what? You saw his true form?
See?
What did he say?
Even Speak says, this isn't the time or place for this. We have other matters to take care of.
We have a week. This totally feels like the time and the place.
Well, I mean, I don't want to leave anybody out of this conversation. Maybe we should wait until the others come back.
We can fill them in when they get back.
Yeah.
Hell, they might be hearing every word you say right now.
Whoa, you think so?
Maybe. I can't tell you what a little mini moon on our ship can hear.
Well, let me see.
They might be getting some sort of recording that they can then watch again once they are back and of in sound mind.
I don't know. That's never happened before when people go to their gems. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that doesn't look like a gem. That's a fucking moon.
That swallowed a gem.
Right. So we can assume that Teddy isn't listening in because if she's hiding the fact that, he's pulsating and, sending out, I don't know, beacons and maybe, I don't know, alerting the sand creatures to our presence, then he can't hear anything. Maybe she can, though. I don't know.
Well, let's test it out.
He reaches up and he starts knocking on the moon.
Yeah, so it's like if you would reach up and those like marble and granite spheres in the middle of like a garden that spin, on the water feature.
On the water, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty much just like that, just with features on it.
Question: Is it emitting moonlight?
Yeah.
That like shows true form moonlight, or just regular?
Not yet. Yeah, not yet.
She's not so smooth. She's got
You,
some.
in all of your crafty and gadgeteering, you can't make nothing that gives you some sort of true sight, do you?
Me?
Yeah.
I can try. It would take some time to research and develop, but
Well, we've got plenty of time. Why don't you get started now?
you know, you're trying to misdirect and like it's not gonna work.
Did you sell your soul to something dark and evil, and in exchange they say you can never talk about what you are?
No, I don't think so.
All right, then we'll do.
I don't think so. The words of the week.
We're trying real hard to build a relationship as a crew, and that involves us getting to know each other better. Because yes, clearly we all have secrets.
Yeah.
I will tell you a big secret of mine if you tell us what your deal is. We're airing it all out.
All right. Well, if you must know, I've been cursed. Like some of the others. You know, like Yazid, he's been cursed.
I'm not cursed.
Oh. Well, I am, unfortunately.
Oh. Can I roll some insight there?
Yeah.
Sure. If you want to, Lou, you could roll whichever you're doing, whether it's persuasion or deception. You could roll a blind, so that way they don't nobody knows what it is. Or if you have a D20, you could just add it up, so that way it doesn't get misconstrued.
Fuck.
Let's see. Because this is a tricky one.
It always is.
It's a
It always
tricky
is.
one. How do you roll the blind?
I think so. Right where the D20 is, see where it says like the little tab that comes down. You can do default roll mode. You can do public, private GM, blind GM, and self roll. I have those options. So like right above so right where the rolls go, and then below that there's the little like bar or the like text space where the text would go. Above that there should be something with a little drop down arrow.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah, private GM roll or blind
Correct.
GM roll. Okay, yeah.
Right.
I think that's private GM.
Yeah. Okay.
Question marks.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. So it checks out.
So who cursed you? Like,
Well, you know that entry in Galen Drench's book? The one about the butcher?
yeah.
Yeah.
Are you the butcher?
No.
Or the butcher cursed you?
No. Well, it wasn't the butcher necessarily. He doesn't have the means of doing it, but it's one of his cronies. Literally a crone, probably.
Oh.
So, it's a long story, but
We got a week.
Yeah, we got time.
all right. Well, here, it gets a little sketchy every once in a while because I don't know if you realize, but when you're cursed, sometimes you lose a little bit of your memory. They screw things up for you. So
That tracks.
the butcher had has a daughter. And
Are you the daughter?
No, I am not the daughter.
Oh. Damn, I thought I solved it.
But I was friends with the daughter. and she, we got a little friendly, and I think, well, no, not like that.
Friends. Got it.
We were just friends. But I think her father didn't like her. I don't think he think much of me, so he ended up doing bad things to me. Beat me up, and told me to stay away from his daughter, and she would stick up for me, and then I think he told her that he wouldn't harm me anymore, but he just sent somebody else to do the dirty work.
I mean, that he did, I guess, keep his word.
Well, yeah, but
Loopholes and all.
Could have done worse things. I mean, could have outright killed me, but
That's true. Instead, he made you a halfling.
Oh no, I am a halfling. It's what he made me, just kind of this thing, because he assumed that his daughter wouldn't be anywhere, interested in wanting to be seen or with a little monster. So
most curses, at least what I've read and experienced, can be reversed. Bigger ones like that might take some time, but maybe we can get you back to normal. I don't know what normal Nimbletooth is.
Well, that's where it gets a little shady. I don't necessarily remember everything. I just kind of remember coming out this way. But I still had, other memories that didn't seem to be mine. They just kind of seemed to be somebody else's.
So you're like a different person, or in a different person's body.
I don't know. It's not necessarily being in somebody else's body. It's my body.
So it's your body with somebody else's memories.
Yeah, but it just made the. Well, I mean, you've seen, you've seen this one, and you've seen the other one. The other one is the one that I normally go by.
Travis?
Yeah, that's me.
That's the real you?
Yeah, that's the real me.
So you are a kid.
Well, yeah. Kind of.
I thought that was somebody's face you put on yourself. I guess I'm more fucked up than I thought.
No,
Go ahead.
go ahead.
Is where everyone's on the ship, is that where everyone's standing? Or did anybody move around or anything like that?
I mean, I was kind of close to,
I think we're all
to Lyra. Like, I was kind of like right next to her. So
I think we're all.
I just can't move myself there for some reason.
Grouped up.
No.
Now you're in Lyra.
Oh no!
Hey, I'll just move her to once. There we go. We do like that.
That's fine.
Yeah,
right,
we're
so
all like grouped up around.
if that's where everyone is, while the you know what, let's do. Where's Lyra? I'm just gonna plop her on real quick because I need to roll something for her. All right. Can you guys see that?
No, just question marks.
Good.
Question marks.
Good.
Good.
Yes.
So as the conversation has been going on so close to the moon, I think I could set up a... is this the one to make light? Oh, here. No, that's condition. Shit, I can't remember how to make light come out of a person, but... whatever. Yeah, remember there was like a button you could hit to...
Yeah.
Light. Oh, here we go. Light radius. I think it's 10 feet. See if this does a color. Like a white update. Did that do it?
Oh, it brightened up, it looks like.
Okay, yeah, cool. But that's a little... Let me just change the hue on that, because that just looks like overexposed and like the game's washed out. Light. Let's just do let's do like a blue.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
So I guess everybody, whoever's inside that radius, starts to feel emotion. Like the moon starts to vibrate and hum a little bit, and it feels like like angry almost. Everyone kind of feels like an angry emotion kind of wave over them a little bit. Not like pressing in and not like making you angry, but you could feel it kind of just radiating.
Lyra's angry at you. Angry for you?
Well, I mean, this does suck. But
I mean,
I can't go back to Hedge Hollow. I mean, or if I do, I can't go back as Travis. I'd have to go back as this guy.
what if we kill the butcher?
Well, I mean, the thought has crossed my mind.
He's a bad dude, right? With the name like the Butcher. Like, is he actually a butcher? Does he just provide his neighborhood with fresh cut meats? Or is he some sort of nefarious underworld bad guy?
Oh no, he's a bad guy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's just kill the butcher. Then you can go back all you want. Then
Yeah,
you can
but it's
shove
not
his
that
daughter
easy.
all you want.
Killing him isn't going to get me back to where I was.
You
Couldn't hurt.
have to get super strong magic. Killing him wouldn't hurt. It might make you feel a little better. Like, revenge is kind of nice.
Oh, I won't disagree with that, but I think the most important thing is figuring out how he did this to me.
That is true. So, did you eat people before?
No. I don't think so.
I mean, I wasn't gonna judge you if you did, but it's just
Well,
it would
there's
explain why you were somehow near or involved with somebody named the Butcher, I guess. I don't know.
Well, the butcher's only one piece of the puzzle, really. I mean, there's a king as well, and he's not so great. And he's, I don't know. It gets a little cloudy when I try to think about it too long. Especially in this head, with this one.
That's fair. Do you remember who exactly cursed you? Maybe they can reverse it.
Well, no, I don't. That's part of the problem.
I mean, I guess that's the whole point of cursing somebody.
So I had to leave Hedge Hollow, and when I left, before I left, I already had these inclinations to do what I do.
Fair.
Take the faces. But I saved mine because I had to.
Did you talk to his daughter before you left, or did you just completely ghost her?
Well, I couldn't get anywhere near her anymore.
Oh, I mean, once again, that makes sense. I'm just trying to get all the information I can.
It took a little while to figure things out, you know? Like,
I got you.
I had to hide for a long time.
Look, I guess after the Moonspore Grotto, we go to Hedge Hollow. Lyra does her thing and just kills everybody. She can do that. I've seen it.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Mull that one over. We'll help you if you want help.
Yeah.
I mean, we're already, I'm already trying to figure out how to get rid of curses. Because that happened to my old crew. That's one of the problems with going to the Moonspore Grotto. The place is just fully cursed.
Well, you know, I'd say I'd rather go there than back to Hedge Hollow.
That's fair. That's fair. Take your time. Think about it. If you want to go back, if you want our help, that's what we're here for. Look, we got a dope-ass ship that, like, breathes fire on shit. I've got a glass jar full of a fucking sand elemental. We can unleash hell.
Well, yeah, I'll give it some thought.
That's all we're asking is just, I don't know, a little. Do you feel like a little better now you got like some of it off your chest?
I feel like I trust you more now.
Same. Like,
you were vulnerable with us and not trying to proselytize becoming a moon.
I'll say, yeah, it does feel a little bit better. Doesn't feel like I have to hide as much anymore.
Yeah, there you go.
But
we weren't going to judge. It was just one of those. We couldn't trust you because we just didn't know what was going to happen.
Well, I think I kind of showed you what I was up to. I don't think knowing my secrets necessarily meant that you couldn't trust me fully.
I mean, that's fair.
yeah, you were also like kind of shady, so like there's a little like background that needs to be laid out.
You try to like have two people in your head. And
That's
this
fair.
And this one's not even mine.
There.
I can't argue with that.
It's like this one has a different. This one's a little different, and I get weird memories from this one, and it like confuses me. Like I don't know which one I am sometimes, you know. But I try not to use Travis as much because I don't know. Sometimes I feel like people don't really listen to me if I'm Travis. They're just a kid. And this one is this Nibbletooth one is just he's I don't know. People listen. People are afraid of him, so he doesn't get fucked with. So I keep this one, but I start to forget things, you know, of what I was like.
You should keep a journal.
Yeah, I guess, but that's documentation, and then people can find that, and then they'll know exactly what I'm all about. And then I don't know, they'll just think I'm insane. Yeah, see, what? Exactly.
I mean, I've met a lot of insane people. You seem a little bit more put together than them, so.
All right.
Look, in this world, there are gods that are real and embodied. There's gods that aren't real. Hell, there's a fucking... Did you see when Snick absorbed somebody's soul into a... I don't know, whatever that fucking thing is in her chest? That seems insane to me.
I hadn't told Nimbletooth about that yet. It's fine. Yeah, I'm undead. I think. I don't know. I don't have a heartbeat anymore.
Wait, what?
I think last time we checked, there was no heartbeat, right?
Yeah.
How did all that blood come out then?
I don't know.
Look, I don't know. I think we're all getting fucked up. The more we stay together, the more things get worse, I think.
Well, things.
Look how much look how much Snick has changed already.
Listen.
I'm not blaming myself for that, but
Things are darkest just before the dawn.
yeah, I think just before you break the surface of the water.
Yeah, there you go. So
Yeah.
we'll get there. We're all working on, making our lives better, except for maybe Teddy. He keeps making his worse.
Well, yeah, he's really pushy too.
Way more pushy than a book nerd normally is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, maybe that's why they pawned him off onto this world.
Oh, they were tired of his shit, so they sent him to this plane.
Shit! That
So this
makes
is-
so much sense.
You okay, Nimbletooth?
Yeah, it's fine. Sometimes I don't know. Maybe I should take a rest. I mean, this has been really stressful.
Yeah, go take a rest. I think you've earned it.
Yeah. Thank you for the honesty.
Anytime. And then he turns it and he starts heading off.
So, do you think he's telling the truth?
I have no idea. I'm going to choose to believe him, because, first of all, who would make that shit up?
Yeah, I guess that's a fair point. But, alright. At least he was open. Like, that's a change.
Yeah, I'll take it. One step at a time. That was a pretty big leap.
That was. Hopefully it opens the door for trust for him to be, like, not the little sketch ball, but, like, actually, like... You know what I'm trying to say? I don't know.
Yeah. And hell, I guess if we need to verify it, we can just go to Hedge Hollow.
Yeah, he seems uncomfortable about it, though. I don't want to take him somewhere where he's not going to be comfortable. Or we kill the butcher and reunite him with his friend. Speaking of friend, I have something that I need to, like, tell you. But I need you to, like, not get sad.
Wait, are you saying that we are quote unquote friends? Is that what those air quotes were for?
Well, okay, no, not those. We are friends, but not friends. This type of friends is a different type of friends than the type of friends we are.
I'm
So,
very confused
friends.
now. Are we friends or are we not friends?
We're friends.
Then why the air quotes?
Air quote. Okay, so Katani. What you're trying to do with Katani would be friends, which is what I'm trying to say. She's not interested in you. She was just being real polite about the letdown.
Wow. All
I'm
right.
sorry. Women like to try and be nice sometimes, and like you're a good dude. So like she didn't want to like upset you, but yeah, that was totally like the low key smooth letdown. I guarantee her stuff she's trying to figure out is gonna go on for a really long time.
So, that was kind of brutal.
Sorry.
Just rip the bandage right off, I guess.
Honestly, it works the best to like just get it out there, process it, move on to the next situation. Compartmentalize your trauma, Yesin. That's what I do.
I think it's also time for me to take a rest.
Okay. I'm gonna stay up here. And I'll keep watch while everyone's sleeping.
Fair enough. Yezin goes downstairs. Clearly looks like if there was any water in his body, he'd be crying.
Oh, no.
There's little dust coming out of the corners of his eyes. A piece of his cheek literally just breaks off and falls away instead.
Zeke like walks behind him, like patting his back. That's okay, buddy.
I've never been sad. Oh no.
You also did realize the voices that you were hearing were coming from, because I noticed, Nick, you started making faces when they started playing. Those whispering voices were coming from the moon, and then when Nimbletooth left, they went away.
Oh.
Shit, there were voices?
Yeah. You hear the voices? All the...
I didn't hear shit. Uh-oh.
Zvi, you could tell, feels bad too, and he kind of like curls up like when one of your animals, like a cat, knows you're sad. So he's like laying at like the foot of your bed, like right next to your bed, like, yeah, I don't want you. You don't have to be alone.
Well, thanks, buddy. I think I'm just gonna get some sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dear diary, today sucked.
Yezin is now starting a diary. The only book he has is fucking Galen Drench's fucking journal. He just goes to a fucking blank page and starts writing.
I love how on the front it has like Kitani and Yezin in a heart, and he just crosses it off. You know what? We gotta change the music for all this right now. Little sad boy. But he just fucking crosses it out. I don't even like her anyway.
Why didn't she just tell me? Why couldn't she tell me the truth?
So Snick, you're staying up top and kind of just like watching out and, you know, doing what people do when they're on lookout. What do you guys do? You guys are just going to bed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a long day. We just fought that sand elemental. It's
for sure.
Well, yeah.
Nimbletooth, are you going to sleep or are you doing something?
Yeah, Nimbletooth heads down and he's like sweating, you know. He's just like he's all sweaty and just like and he pops off the face. And, you know, he's just kind of like letting it all hang out. And he starts to get angry a little bit, you know, about the whole situation. He's not really sure why he's angry. Just kind of like, you know, like, fucking, why are they meddling into my shit, you know? Like, and then, like, and then he takes a dagger and he like throws it at a beam to stick it. And he pulls out another one and he throws it and he sticks it. And then that's just what he does for like a while. Like he just retrieves them and he just keeps throwing and sticking and throwing and sticking. And he's just kind of like, he's just working out some anger there and just like kind of burning it off. And
me.
Yeah.
Let's see. Roll me a... I guess wisdom saving throw.
Saving throw, eh? 14.
14. All right, you kind of feel you feel that anger kind of pushing up on you and trying to almost like trying to take the driver's seat. But you kind of calm yourself by throwing the knives, and eventually, before it can take control, you kind of put it in the back seat again. You're getting this feeling like, you know, that wasn't fair, and they need to pay for that, and somebody's going to pay for this, but it eventually subsides.
Now, I didn't roll it before, but can I roll to see if I recognize any of the voices that were in my head? because they weren't familiar, or I should say they haven't been there before.
You're saying the ones that everybody was hearing when you were around in the circle?
Yeah.
That was coming from the moon. That wasn't in your head. But if you want to, you could see if you recognize anything like that.
Yeah, I'll try to do a I don't know, like what would be a recall.
You could just even do like a straight intelligence check or a history check or insight, maybe, to try and remember something like that. Or perception, and maybe you were trying to see if you could split your attention to focus on that while talking. Leave it up to you how you think you were doing it.
Yeah, I mean, he's trying to recall it now, like it didn't occur to him, as it was happening that it was them. It was just like, and who was that, kind of situation. Like he's trying to put it together, like who was that speaking to us?
Yeah. Since
it wasn't in my head in particular.
Yeah, it was almost like a radio being on in the background, just coming from the moon. And it eventually gradually started to get, like someone was just very slowly turning the volume knob up over time.
Did it get clearer or no?
So it didn't become, it was still kind of gibberishy whispers, but they started to become more discernible, I should say. Yeah, there wasn't necessarily words, but the gibberish itself started to enunciate.
Well,
I was going to say, we'll say it's words that you guys didn't understand, but there's a possibility, it was words of some sort of language.
Okay. And at that point, it's just really trying to figure out whether I recognize the voice, So
yeah, for sure.
So I think it's like a perception, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, see if you could split your attention. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, you're too busy being grilled. It was hard to, there was something there, but everything's just so unfamiliar because of the attention you're getting.
After his anger subsides, he kind of just, he's tired, but he ends up leaving his room and going back up on deck.
Yeah.
And he's just gonna try to see if he can talk to the moon, like with his, with a psychic whisper.
Yeah, you could totally try.
So I'll use one up. But yeah, he's just gonna ask it a question. It's just it's just.
How much of that did you hear?
See what this is. Gonna pop some up for you real quick. I'm just kind of getting back these little rumbles, and it almost starts to get more spatial and depth the longer you listen.
Now, is this audible to everybody or anybody that would be on deck? Or is it just in my head at this point?
Yeah, now it's just in your head. Well, if anybody is in the Moonlight radius, take it here. But I think everybody kind of fucked off because, let's see. Oops.
Yeah, I think Snick said that she stayed up top, right? So
yeah. Can I select you? But yeah, anyway, that's whatever. Actually, I could do this. Let's replace him. Let me replace you. For some reason, you guys are linked. I think you're still mounted to the boat.
Yeah. And he does this from like, from like here. And he did not put Nibbletoot's face back on, so it's just...
Oh, just
It's just
okay.
him. Yeah. But he's just standing there like, looking up at the moon, and he's waiting to see if he gets an audible response, like, or a discernible response. And then
So what did you ask it again? You asked, what did you hear? How much of that did you hear?
How much of that did you hear?
So let's do it like this. I'm gonna pull you up. Actually, I'll just do it on Facebook real quick and send you a message of what you hear back in your head. So these voices start to, every once in a while you get one where it just kind of tunes in, like somebody turned their frequency, just enough so you could understand. And you get that in your head. But like I said, I don't want to keep that below deck.
Okay.
And as you hear that, you feel that general that same emotional feeling of discomfort and anger, like you guys felt before.
All right.
How stealthy were you coming up the steps? Were you trying to hide being up there?
No, not really. He just kind of, he left his room and left it open, and he just kind of walked up because he just figures well, she's right there. So, and he just wanted to ask a question, and hopefully get a response, or hopefully the psychic whisper would break through the the veil here, this whatever that's happening. So he's just kind of hoping that he would have gotten a clear answer from her.
Yeah, you got back what you got. Snick, if you're looking around, if you want to roll a perception check, and we'll see.
Whether or not he kind of doesn't care whether Snick sees him the way he is, because she already knows. So
yeah, you notice after a couple of seconds, you notice Nimbletooth kind of sitting there staring up at the moon.
And you're in the other form, or which?
No, there's no face hiding at this point. He's not wearing Travis, and he's not wearing Nimbletooth.
Yeah, you see the same face you saw when the moonlight hit him last time.
Okay. I'm not gonna bother him. I'm gonna let him do his thing and I'll just kind of turn around, look front, and start smoking another cigarette.
One of the special cigarettes?
No. The normal ones that I bought at the same time.
Oh God.
I don't want Nimbletooth to regret telling us.
Already does.
Yeah, and slowly you start to feel as the voices start to recede.
He just turns and he just throws, like one of these as he's heading back down.
Okay. You see Nimbletooth retire back into the innards of the ship. Snick, are you doing anything while you're on deck, or are you just kind of watching out and looking out for any kind of...
Just kind of watching out, maybe sketching some stuff in my workshop book, but more focused on making sure that there's nothing headed our way.
Yeah, the ship seems to be kind of autopiloting it itself. The sentience of the ship is kind of just... I assume Yezin, you just kind of said, gave it a bearing before you went to sleep. Yeah, and it's just slowly cruising. You don't see anything out of the ordinary.
Actually, I do want to do one thing.
Yeah.
I want to walk up to the moon and I keep getting told there's a link, there's some kind of similarity. How are you similar to me? Or to what I have done? in a specific mother of bones kind of thing.
Do you do or say anything along with that, or you just ask?
I'll just ask.
Start to hear a few voices. That's too spooky. Go. We put a couple back on. Yeah, you also get something in your head, and I'm gonna put that to Facebook as well.
Okay.
You get that word in your head.
Oh. Okay.
But it doesn't, I'll just explain it in the DM after.
Okay. All right. I don't want to deal with that. I'm just gonna walk back to the front of the ship. I'm good.
Messages. Damn.
Yeah. So, yes, and do you have any other than normal dreams aside from the moon spore haunting your memories?
Oh no, this dream is now just turned into Katani and Wani Jahani just sailing away, and him just middle of the desert, left alone. This time, in his dream, he's looking like Fabio though, and just falling.
Totally the cover of one of those romance novels. You're just on a rock, like a Greek god. No, come back. Anyone else we turn in for the night? If that's what anybody's going to do after they're mulling around, are you guys going to turn it for the night?
Yeah.
I was gonna stay awake till one of them came out of their stasis.
Sure. It's only 4 hours, so. Nimbletooth, do you have any crazy other than normal dreams in your dream dust theater?
He actively keeps himself from sleeping tonight.
Sure.
So at some point he goes back up, and before he goes, he's just looking at his satchel, and he's looking at the nimble face and a satchel and the nimble face, and he's just kind of like and he puts on the nimble face, but he just looks angry, as he's the features of his face were angry, and putting the face on just kept an angry visage. So he goes up top, and he says to Snick, "All right, get some sleep." In that voice, it's not the nimble voice.
Okay. Are you sure? You don't want to get any sleep?
I'm all right.
All right. And as I'm walking by, and I'm like, it's cool if you want to talk about anything, about your situation, but you don't want to let the whole group know, you can talk to me. I've seen some shit in my lovely 19 years of life. But if anything, I've got big ears that are good for listening.
Yeah, thanks, but I'm all talked out.
Oh, I didn't mean right now, just future.
All right. Duly noted.
Snick, do you have any sort of crazy little dream other than normal?
It's this time it's just the stone statue of my parents, and there's just bottles everywhere of just trying different things to see what might work to unpetrify them.
Yeah, fair. And I think with that, we'll take a little early break now that everybody had their little emotional roller coasters for the, for the day. We'll take a quick little early break.
Break.
All right, we're going to switch this over and we will BRB in 10 before I have a fucking heart attack premise episode.
Yes,
Bye. Perfect timing.
Yeah.
Oh man, what a wild ride that was emotionally.
Emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, so recap, we broke Yezin's heart and found out a little bit of Nimbletooth's backstory.
I will never financially recover from this.
Oh, but yeah, so everybody takes a rest, and you either have so Nimbletooth, did you purposely not sleep at all or purposely not dream? Because you can rest for your 4 hours and like study. You just have to be at kind of like a restful state, but without dreaming. So it's up to you. Otherwise, you would know that you get an point of exhaustion, but it's up to you.
Yeah, he's like really agitated. So yeah, he just, it's not that he purposefully didn't want to sleep. He just probably or rest. He just he wouldn't have been able to, like there was no shutting his mind down at this point. So
For sure.
So how do we apply the?
You should be able to click your little dude, and then at the top left of the character sheet pulled up, there's a happy face, and you can set what level of exhaustion you have.
Ugh.
It's like right above your character portrait to the top left.
Yeah, I applied one.
Inspiration. Oh, cool. You can hit the take a rest button there too. That's good to know. Yeah, so the morning comes, and guys do your hour of preparation if you need to, and pick your spells and wake up and do your thing. And
what's a spell?
I can't read. But yeah, so you guys wake up and the day's yours. It's another nice sunny day on the Sea of Silt where everything looks like everything they did the day before.
Exactly the same. Does it look like we've gotten any closer to the moonbeam?
It's hard to tell. Yeah, it's still so far away.
It's still so far away.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is gonna be a long trip.
Okay.
Actually, so everybody's coming up to top deck.
Yeah.
You see,
yes, it is.
Nimbletooth explained. Oh wait, no, you put Nimbletooth face on. That's right. Never mind.
Oh.
Yeah, so you see Nimbletooth up there. Put some sailing music on.
He's up there like on the prow. He's like just looking out. Looking like if he could force us to get there sooner, he would. But nope.
Yezin's gonna walk up to Nimbletooth there on the front. And like now, like Yezin looks no different than normal now. Just it's gone. He walks up like, feeling any better today?
Nimbletooth is just like looking out. He's just like,
Fair enough.
Looks like it's gonna take the full week.
I mean, this place is big. You just get used to it out here.
Yeah, it's pretty awful.
I believe it. Somebody who comes from a little bit more urban environments.
Yeah, it's a lot more water where I came from. I miss it.
Very little water here.
Yeah, I know. Rub it in.
Well, you don't want to rub the water in. You want to drink it so you don't get dehydrated. But
You don't necessarily have to drink it either.
I guess there's some creatures that absorb it through their skin. Do you do that?
I think we all do it.
Yezin looks down at how, like, flaky and dry his skin is. I don't think I do.
I don't think Sveek does either.
Well, he's literally a being made of rocks, so...
Well, you know, some rocks are porous.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
It means that you see, like, every once in a while, you know, I don't know about you, but you can see the little holes in your skin. And, you know, stuff can get in there that way.
Oh, like
And rocks are the same. Sometimes rocks have little holes in them, and they hold water. Or other things.
like his head.
Yeah,
Speak,
good
how much
old
water-
storage head.
How much water are you holding in your head?
Who? Was Sveek?
Zvi, yeah, Zvi. Are you holding water in your head?
Maybe. Well, if we had extra water, we could fill it up, see how much you could hold.
I mean, we did that with champagne once.
Oh.
I mean, you were there for that. That was
Yeah.
like a week ago.
Time. Feels like it goes by fast, but sometimes it feels like it's endless. Takes forever. You know,
Glad it
when
does.
you're going through a tough time and, you know, the minutes seem like they're hours. You know, when you're going through something particularly terrible.
Oh, created sad boy club upstairs.
Zvik comes over and pours some of his head out, and there's like this reduced, clumpy mass of like champagne goo that's just been boiling down this whole time, and it just smells like vinegar. Yeah, it like turns sour.
Oh, wait a minute.
It just like hits
Nibbletooth is just like,
and slowly starts to.
Nibbletooth is intrigued by this, so he'll jump down and he just kind of scoops up scoops up a clump of, you know, resin, you know, in his fingers,
Yeah.
and he's like, it's tacky, and it's like hashish.
Bless you.
What? Oh, anyway, and he'll take a little clump of it and he like pops it into his mouth.
For you, it's surprisingly good. It's almost it'd be the Nibbletooth equivalent of like a brittle, like a butterscotch or a brittle.
Right. Oh, it's surprisingly sweet.
That cannot be good.
It tastes pretty good, actually.
Yezin's gonna take a piece of it and try to eat it. He's just gonna spit it out. That is not good.
How much did you try?
Oh, no.
Maybe like a marble-sized amount.
Yeah, that's pretty much what Nibbletooth popped into his mouth, like a marble
Okay.
size.
Like a piece of bubblicious.
I'm gonna roll.
Oh, God.
We're just gonna roll a D100 and see. Okay, yeah, no. So when you first taste it, you kind of have that feeling like I have to get this out of my mouth immediately, and you just have. And thankfully, you got it out quick enough where you don't start. You know that when you get a taste in your mouth and you can't get it away, and you start like dry heaving.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it away quick enough where it didn't stick around.
Mouth didn't even close, hit the tongue.
Meanwhile, Nibbletooth's just like rolling it around. He's like, oh, this is great.
I'm gonna come up from below deck with a bottle of rum in hand.
You see Zveek leaned over with this resin goo pouring out on the ground with Nibbletooth, like, not bad. And you see, like, Yezin, like, what?
It is too early and just chugging the bottle.
Well, looks like we're all getting our day started proper.
Yeah, I figure there's not much to do, so why not day drink?
Yeah.
Sorry, Yezin.
Yeah, I still got like 6 or 7 days left on that, don't I?
Yeah.
Probably shouldn't have tried eating something new without being able to wash my mouth out
Here,
with alcohol.
wash it out. It's just not gonna get you.
Oh, I guess I could. I just can't get drunk off of it.
Yeah, that's a waste then.
It's true, but I gotta get this taste out of my mouth.
Here, shake a bit. Just handing you the bottle. Also, we have unlimited alcohol because that thing we stole is awesome.
Yeah, rub it in.
Soon, you can drink soon. How you doing today, buddy? You doing good?
Me?
Yeah.
Why? What would be wrong?
When it comes to matters of the heart, sometimes it results in emotions. I just want to make sure you're okay.
Oh no, I get turned down so often. You can't let that just weigh your mind down like that. You give it one night, sometimes you get drunk, and then you just move on.
Okay, that's good, but also really sad, and I'm sorry. We'll find you a girlfriend or a boyfriend. I don't know what you're into. Do you date rocks? Like, I don't know. Whatever you're into, we will find it.
That's kind of racist.
What?
I'm other genasi, rock elementals. I don't know. I'm not judging.
Yeah,
Water
we don't care.
elementals.
Though I guess it's not really that racist because I was trying to date a djinn, and they are pretty similar. Okay, I'll take it back.
Okay.
All right. So what do you do on a ship when you're traveling for long distances and there's literally nothing to do?
You can take up hobbies. You can, I don't know, do target practice on things in the dunes. Normally, like the ships we normally travel on, at least the one I came from, it's kind of its own like city, like a whole village on a single ship. And there's agriculture, there's farms, there's bars, there's whole like towns on a ship. You could go your entire life working on a ship, never leave it, and still have never met some of the people that live on there.
Wow. Okay. So, I don't know. Do you guys want, like, do you guys need anything? Like, do you want, like, I can design things. I just need something to do or I'm going to lose my ever-loving mind.
Make more bombs. I don't know. We're going to a place that's potentially cursed. We might just have to blow the entire fucking place up.
I mean, doable, but if I blow all of my gunpowder, we're going to be very limited until I can get more. Because I don't think I'm going to be getting the same good deal that I got in Tellerad.
I mean, that's fair. There are sometimes just like merchant ships out here. Sometimes. Like I said, you could live your entire life in the sea of silt on a ship and never see another fucking ship. Not many people are stupid enough to come out here.
Okay. Well, I will be downstairs tinkering with, I don't know, maybe I'll design a new gun. Who knows? I'll figure it out.
You're not gonna go try to bleed yourself out again, are you?
Just stop. I wasn't bleeding out.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I tried something last night, Nimbletooth. I was trying to get back into my ghost engine. Okay, so long story short, that ghost engine, did build it. I ripped my heart out. The ghost engine's in there now. I'm not alive, but I'm here, so there's a whole Schrodinger's mouse thing that's going on. And
Who?
The Great Wizard.
I read one of his wizardry books. It was subpar, but some stuff you could take from it. So yeah, I'm trying to get into my thing last night because I'm trying to figure out how to undo my parents. Yeah.
Well, what do you try to do? You try to release them?
No, I want to go in there and torture him for eternity. I want to be able to go in there and add to his torture for the rest of his eternity.
He's already trapped.
Yeah, but I can make it worse.
Isn't that already? I mean,
And I'm the bad one?
He
I'm
killed
the
a
one that-
lot of people that were very close to me.
oh, wait, Nibble2, I never said you were bad.
Yeah, no one said you were bad. We just said you were sketchy.
And how is that bad? What, keeping secrets is bad? Hey, have you ever heard about plausible deniability? Like, maybe you don't want to know more about me.
I think we're in too deep.
Snick's got a point.
I don't... Well, look, if we don't ever have to go to Hedge Hollow, then it won't get any deeper. At least from my perspective.
We don't have to go there if you don't want to go.
Well, I'm not gonna go.
Okay, then we're not going.
No!
I can't go back. Well,
Can't
not...
or won't.
Well, not... I can't go back with this one, and I can't go back as Travis either.
So what if we get you another face?
I mean, that would help solve the problem, for sure. I could go incognito,
Okay.
but it's not... You know, it was kind of something that I wanted to avoid having to do, you know? Like, it's not necessarily a good feeling taking somebody's face.
Look, we're gonna remove the curse from you. If nothing else, we'll get that curse removed. And then if you feel like going back to Hedge Hollow and getting some revenge or seeing your girlfriend again, we'll figure it out.
No, can you make a mask? Snick?
Pretty sure I can. It might be... I have to look to see what we have, but I'm pretty sure I can make something work.
Yeah, like something like cool, like, you know, like Amri, you know, like she like something fluid, something that can move easily. You know, like, because masks is this, I mean, I've seen masks before, they're not expressive. I need something that can move. And
Okay. Like, what kind of movement are we talking? Like, mouth, eyes, like, what?
well, yeah, all of it.
Okay.
We can also keep our eye out when we come across vendors, when we go to cities and magic items, see if they got like magical masks and shit.
Yeah, well, unless you got a ton of dough, I don't know.
I mean, we still got a few magic items that we can sell.
Yeah, like that useless ring.
Which one?
The one that takes up an extra attuning slot just to give you an attunement slot.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, that's useless.
We also have this chainmail that no one can wear.
That's a shame that it isn't scale bell. You could use that to start the mask.
So you want like, okay, so you want like a creature mask, or like, what's your vision?
Well, you know, I want to look kind of like how I'm supposed to look. Like a halfling.
All right, so you want a halfling mask.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it's got to be able to move, you know? Like, I don't want to be this blank face.
It won't be like realistic halfling. Oh, I have an idea. I'm gonna do some sketches and I'll get back to you.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna scatter off.
She's on a mission. Well, that seems hopeful. Because, like I said, taking a face isn't necessarily something that anybody should want to do. It's just something that I had to do.
I understand.
All
You
right.
gotta be awkward about it. I mean, I get it.
All right. Well, cool. So now you guys know that. Yeah,
I also.
I'm not a bad guy.
I also understand if you don't want us to tell Michael Smith Bronson about this.
He's the least of my worries.
That's fair. That's fair.
For all I know, he
he's-
already knows anyway.
Oh, he know?
I'm fairly sure that Lyra's probably listening in to everything that we're saying anyway.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, like, were we the last ones to find out? Are we the bad ones?
No, I think the jury's
Shit.
out on who's really the worst one here, but I don't think it's me.
Am I the one that nobody tells secrets to? Do they think I can't keep a secret?
I don't normally go around telling people anything about myself. It's safer that way.
I suppose you're right. But it's not as fun that way, right? How aren't you supposed to make friends?
By not telling them anything that you don't want them to know about. You could still have the friends. I had plenty of friends in Tel Ralad. They didn't need to know anything about me. Probably would have turned them off. Nobody wants to hang around with somebody that's cursed. I mean, I wouldn't.
I mean, I guess it depends on if the curse affects them too, or just the person who is cursed. Like, take Carmichael. I mean, that's a curse everybody can enjoy.
I think he's just a clumsy kid.
Johnny Nod with the raid.
Yeah, I don't think that he's cursed necessarily. I think he's just a clumsy kid. But, probably had a thing for Lyra. So that's probably why he was so clumsy. He just couldn't keep it together. He wasn't as smooth about it as you were around Katani. It's a shame that she didn't pick up on, on how cool you are.
Oh.
Well,
Something tells me I was not as smooth as I thought I was.
well, she didn't write you off completely, right?
I mean, she kinda did.
I don't know. I thought there was still hope. Like,
Now,
you just
now
need to
that
do
I
a couple
think
of things.
about it, like, and that curse or whatever it is going on with her family bloodline until that gets solved, something tells me they're not working very hard to get it solved.
Yeah, but imagine you came through and you were the one that solved it.
I mean,
You'd
I'm
have
still
no
gonna
choice but
try.
to listen to you. We should focus on that.
I see what you're doing, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm always here for support.
Sure are.
All right, big guy. I'm gonna go downstairs and I don't know.
I'm gonna clean this up. If you want any more, take it now, or else I'm shoveling this over the side.
Oh yeah, no, that wouldn't be a good idea. There's got to be an empty cask down there somewhere. Give me a minute. I'll be back.
Sure. I mean, this thing's starting to spread out pretty bad.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll just, we'll clean it up. So he goes downstairs and he just finds like whatever like little
A
cask
bucket.
that he can find, and he just starts to, he just, like kind of uses his blade to scrape as much off the deck as he can, and just like in wads, and he just kind of mushes it in there.
What?
It's like the videos of like the people making hard candy.
It's like tossing it, like roll.
This It's essentially like Zveek's earwax, and you're turning it into like taffy.
Oh God!
It's a delicacy, a siltwater taffy.
Oh.
Hey, we could probably sell this. Hey,
To who?
well, hey, haven't you ever eaten something or tried something that somebody else was worth, like willing to pay a lot of money for, and you thought it was awful? Happens all the time.
Yes. I mean, we could try. We'll try selling it the next time we meet. Some sort of.
We certainly have enough of it, and we know how to make more.
I suppose we do.
Yeah.
We try different flavors of champagne and wine, get different flavors, all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do adventuring when you could just sell earwax?
Head wax. We just got to come up with a good name for it. It's really all about the name. If we could come up with a really good name, then, that might intrigue people into buying it.
I think we go with Siltwater Taffy.
Oh, okay. Well, just threw that one out there, but if you want to go with
it's very good.
All right, well.
Water taffy.
All right, well. I'm going to head on down. And he's like, as he's walking off with the cask, he's like, and he's dipping his finger in every once in a while, and he's just like chewing on it. We're going to make a lot of money.
Zveek, look what you have done.
Yeah.
You've created a monster.
You, Yezin, you feel a little feedback from the ship, almost like excitement. The ship feels excited with anticipation.
Excited with nasty elemental earwax?
It doesn't seem to be related to that.
Oh, okay.
It seems like something like it's anticipating something unrelated to Zveek's earwax. Pine tar.
I'm gonna walk up to it. You trying to tell me something?
It's the same feeling. Are you? And you're up top, right? I believe on the deck.
Yeah. He's just gonna reach out and put his hand on it.
Make a perception check.
Here comes the netty one.
Finally.
All right.
Yeah, so 16. As you're towards the front of the boat and you're reaching down, kind of look over the front and you notice the telltale signs of like a section of ruins that has scraped itself back from the sand.
Undiscovered runes? He's just gonna run to the stairs like, hey everybody, come up here real quick.
What?
Throw open the door. There's just smoke in my room coming out. What?
Wait, hey, get up here. We got a discovery.
All right. Nibbletooth comes upstairs. He's chewing it like it's like it's chewing tobacco. He's just got it under his lip.
A lot of dip.
What's going on? And he's like,
Oh no!
Oh, that's disgusting.
I just picture when you spit, like the icicle spit comes out and stuck like that. So it's like you're spitting darts everywhere.
There's a section of uncovered ruins nearby. That's a huge discovery for people.
oh, you're thinking that it might be like nobody's been here before? Like we might be the first to get in there?
Maybe.
Well, let's go check it out.
Yeah, sometimes that happens, and that's the law of the silt. The first people there, they got claim to it.
Fucking A, let's do it.
Even
Yeah.
more!
Yeah, you start feeling like bumps against the ship as like pieces of the rubble of the ruins have dislodged and are being pulled into the silt, and you're like kind of driving through them and almost like little mini icebergs or something like that as you're hitting them.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you see a very small, rubble structure. It looks like the silt has pulled back from it a little bit. It's not very large. It's maybe like a 50 by 50 square with that look like there used to be like, an Acropolis or something, like multiple little smaller buildings with a central court in the middle.
Awesome. When we get close, like, and can't really like go anymore, Yezin's gonna turn to Zvik and like, you know the drill. You go out and scout out, see what you can uncover or find down there. I'll get the gear.
Yeah. He goes like a scuba diver does. He like sits on the edge of the boat and just falls backwards, but he like hits the sand and stops, and then slowly goes into it with his like feet still up. Yeah, he kind of does his own thing, and you see him kind of apparate at where the mouth of the sand being pulled back is, and he kind of goes into the town, into the ruins.
Nice. Yeah, Yezin runs downstairs and comes back with like a backpack like covered in ropes and like climbing gear and like shovel. He's got his pick, like goggles ready to fucking go. Hard hat. Gotta stay OSHA safe.
You just see like one of the otter mechanical otters is sitting there like checking off all the stuff as he's looking at you. Like he's the safety inspector.
Should we have a hard helmet too?
Did you bring one?
No.
You don't need it. You'll be all right.
But you're wearing one.
Yeah, because I came prepared. I have my proper PPE.
So what you're saying is that we do need one.
If you want.
I think we'll be fine. Safety is like rule number 12. It's okay.
All right. Well, it's like, do we have anything here that we can make a makeshift helmet out of, just in case?
While they're doing that, Yezin's going to the side of the ship, and he's got like a rope coming down to wrap around him and like lower him onto the ground.
Yeah, the ship
He's just
kind of
so excited, like a kid in a candy shop. He's like, oh, what do I need? What do I need?
some of the ropes kind of go out and moor themselves to like a piece of boulder that's sticking up. And the ship kind of stabilizes. It's still like it's on water, but the section that's pulled back, there's like a clear, landing spot, almost like it's been parted a little bit and pulled away. All right, let's change this a little bit.
Well, I guess we're going in.
Without a doubt.
Get some sandy wind going.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Yeah, so as you guys hop down, it's pretty... the wind's picked up a fair amount, and it's kind of buffeting you guys, but you have a little bit of respite in like the hollow that is the ruins. But you see Zvik, he's just kind of like comes back up on his hands like, you.
Nothing, no pits, no holes, no...
Ooh.
Yeah, Yezin's gonna go start like dusting, looking for any kind of like writing or like glyphs or anything.
Yeah, so they're like they used to be like buildings. So you could go inside the buildings. They don't have doors on them anymore or anything like that. They're just pretty beat up.
Oh yeah, he's absolutely going in.
Yeah, you start to find like very old. You've seen this same style of structure before. It would read like the traditional idea you have of like what dwarven stuff is, like the Art Deco, kind of look, as opposed to like Elven Art Nouveau. It's a lot of square shapes and hard angles and things like that, but it's all been worn back pretty far.
He's gonna dig at the sill, dig in places where he'd think he would find some stuff. Like this is a building. Like where would like the cabinets or the sealed places be?
Yeah, so you could
his normal thing.
You could do you could do investigation or a wisdom check, because you've done this so many times, and anybody else who's looking through stuff, if you want to, you could just start doing investigation checks to try and uncover things if you want to do something like that.
Oh, I'm definitely going wisdom because I'm decent at that.
I'm gonna investigate the crap out of this.
God damn it.
All right, so are you guys splitting up, or are you kind of sticking together? How are you doing it?
Oh yeah, I'm not splitting up.
Yeah, I'm sticking near the guy who knows where
Yeah, for sure.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So Yezin you have like you're like kit out, and you're like, you have your special shovel and your pick and your thing and the goggles and this and that, and you're like, you're moving stuff around and looking and
Oh, shit.
that's all right, we'll take the first.
You're still set to private roll.
Oh, am I? Oh yeah, I am.
And we're do investigation instead of perception.
Oh, okay.
Yezin's also like talking his way through it, knowing that they're there. Like, oh yeah, this is how you want to do it. Like talking like he's the absolute shit at this, and he's just like these are the kind of things you want to do, and like he's just bad.
Yeah. So Yezin's being kind of like bull in the china shop, and like has like very broad strokes to stuff. And then Snick, you notice as he's like pointing around and moving things and digging sand out of the way, when he does that, he kind of moves some sand out of the way and uncovers the face of what would be like a box or something like that, like a chest or a box, and he just kind of keeps going past it, but you notice it just kind of sitting there in the silt.
Whoa, wait, there's a thing. And then I'll go over and I'll like lightly like dust it off with just like my hand.
See, that was a test, and you passed.
Oh wow, she's doing great.
Who knew I'd be good at this?
Yeah, who knew? Fuck.
Yeah, so you see like a fairly large, sturdy stone chest.
Is there a lock on it? Like, can I try and open it?
It looks like it has like a mechanism on the front, not necessarily a lock, but it looks like you'd have to manipulate that somehow.
Nimbletooth, I think this is your area of expertise.
Oh, let's have a look. Yeah, that looks fun.
Oh, your first dig, and you've already found a puzzle box.
Is it dangerous?
Oh, I don't know.
No.
It looks a lot tougher than I'm used to. We might want to hold off on that one. I don't know. Set it aside. We'll come back for it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can just pry them open. That's what the crowbar's for.
Oh.
Yeah, so was the sleight of hand that was for to try and pick the lock, the mechanism?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a strange, like antiquated deal. You could tell there's like, Yezin, from this kind of spelunking and stuff like that each person would make a special key for that. So there would never be like one skeleton key that could go around and do one. Each lock had its own special bullshit key with different prongs and things with a fucked up looking key.
Yeah, there's plenty of like sand and stuff gunked in there. I don't think I could pick it. We're gonna have to clean it out first.
Or
Don't worry.
burn it.
I got the skeleton key, and Yezin's just gonna like try to pry bar it open.
Yeah, give me a strength check. Yeah,
Hey,
Oh, good.
21. Yeah, you get the pick out and you kind of mash it in the front of the mechanism. You hear and a bunch of crunching, and then you put the pick under the lid and just kind of take it off its hinges.
see, it's nice and easy. They've been sitting around here for so long.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you gotta brute force it open.
Yeah, so these are like the group of people that used to live here. You don't even really remember the name, but before everything was covered by the silt, these are kind of like the caches of like they didn't have banks, so this would be like your wealth and your savings. They put them in these boxes. So This box has 1,700 gold in it,
Oh,
Whoa.
and 3 gems that are all a deep amethyst.
Three gems?
Yep, 3 deep purple amethyst gems.
Deep purple.
You find a bottle that's smoking, filled with water.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so this is kind of like, this is what it is. They like set them and hide them around the houses, and it's like their life savings essentially.
Amazing. If there's one of these boxes, there might be more. Sometimes. These boxes are normally people's entire life savings.
Whoa.
Yeah, sometimes they didn't really have banks for whatever reason, so they just locked everything up in their own saves. So there might be more.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I would do. Can't trust a bank.
I mean, you're right. As we saw in Tel Ralad, like that bank was not very nice.
What do we do with this one? Now you have Snick has a bag of holding, right? So
yeah. If you guys want to throw it in, she's already digging for more chests.
Yeah, we'll just use your same the 23 from the investigation. You're pretty confident that's it for this house.
I think we cleared this one out.
All
Go
right,
to the
then.
next house.
Yeah.
You're natural.
All right. Is that a good find? Like, did I do good?
Hell
I
yeah.
mean, it's 1,700 gold. Yeah.
Yes. Treasure hunt. And she's
In
gonna-
what world is 1,700 gold not good?
I mean, it's a great start.
Approximately, probably 1,700 gold, because I am not counting it right now.
Yeah,
Right.
it's approximately 1,700. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just throw it all in the bag of holding. We'll sort it out on the ship later.
All right, and then you go to the next house. Do you guys just walk in, or how do you do it again? You do the same thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're kind of almost just like husks of what they used to be. These buildings.
I have Zveek go in underground and make sure that it's safe in there and not gonna like collapse on us.
Yeah, structurally,
Smart.
they seem pretty good. Yeah.
Cool. Let's go in, start digging.
All right.
I never thought to bring rat folk. This is brilliant.
Yeah, with the 18. Is anybody else doing investigations?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'll keep trying it.
Another 18?
Yeah.
No.
9. So yeah, with how the layout was on the last one, essentially, Yezin, you and Snick kind of zero in at the same time and both put your hand on it, like uncovered at the same time, like ah.
We awkwardly touch hands like, oh, whoa, hey.
Yeah, same thing, locked in a cask.
Did you want to try again, or do you want to keep going with my method?
Well, I gotta get better at this one. So
Yeah,
let's
go
see.
for it. It's all you.
Let's see. I don't know. This one isn't as gunked up as the other one.
Give me also a perception check on this. As you're as you're doing it, you kind of feel something going on with the lock. I'll give it to you at advantage because you do this so often, specifically with what you're doing. So if you want to roll that perception at advantage.
Oh, okay. So I'll roll it. Just gonna roll it again. Oh,
Much better. Yeah, 19. So the 15 would unlock it, and you're feeling it. And as you're about to go unlock it, you can sense that there's something there that it seems to be trapped.
oh. Yeah, maybe we hold off on this one. And maybe we put this one in your bag without actually opening it. Just yet. We'll open it in a safe spot.
Did you find a nice trapped one?
Yeah, and I'm not really sure exactly what kind of trap, so...
Next lesson. Most of these are probably trapped.
Oh, that last one didn't seem to be so.
We got lucky. Now that I remember that most of them are probably trapped.
Well, and if it's trapped, it's probably because there's even more inside of it. So
Maybe.
let's just put this one in the bag and just hold off on it.
How big is the chest? I don't know if we'll fit in the bag. We might have to carry this one to the ship.
Yeah, they're kind of built into the houses. They're like built-in safes.
Oh,
So you're going to have to crack it and disarm the trap.
and maybe you can break everything that's around it, like the wall around it, and then we'll just try to shift it out, and then have the otters bring it up onto the ship.
Do you want me to try and disarm the trap in it? I do have very dexterous little fingers.
Well,
Yeah, do it. And Yezin's going to stand outside the door.
yeah, and then Nimbletooth is just kind of like,
Okay, I will try and undo the trap. I don't even know what
I think... Hold on, I think that's also sleight of hand, but give me a second.
yeah.
I will totally take sleight of hand.
We believe in you.
Thieves' tools. Oh my god, why do they have these huge explanations? I just want to give it to me. Like, tell me how it works. Traps in play, triggering, disabling, and disabling. That's for magic. Where's the regular one? Wisdom, disarmament, triggering. Okay, so dexterity check plus thieves' tools. So it'd be dexterity check plus your proficiency as a disarm.
Okay. So just a nat 20 plus... Because I am proficient in thieves' tools.
Yeah, so you would get your... let's see, where are you? So it'd be a plus 6 to the roll. 22. Yeah, you
Nice.
find it. It's there's just a little tumbler in there that's an extra tumbler just for people trying to pick the lock, and you disarm it pretty quick.
All right. I am awesome at this.
That's
Is it
great.
open?
It's open.
I
Or,
think
well,
disarm the trap.
Yeah,
All
by
right, open it up.
by disarming the trap, it disarmed the lock.
Oh, then yeah, throw it open.
Yeah, you notice that the whole lid is lined with a bunch of acid, so essentially it'll blow acid in your face and melt whatever's in there.
Oh. Okay.
It was the
come
Cobra
back.
defense.
I'm gonna try
Had a
and-
live Cobra in it.
Live Cobra in it. This one, you find 500 gold.
Ooh.
A yellow pearl and a pink pearl. And that's pretty cool. What is an alchemy jug?
Ooh.
It's a wondrous item that you can end up looking up. But yeah, it's a jug that produces a bunch of different kinds of. It produces acid, basic poisons, beer, honey, mayonnaise, oil, vinegar, fresh water, salt, and wine in different kind of amounts. Yeah.
I'm sorry, one of those was mayonnaise?
Mayonnaise.
So-
It can produce 2 gallons of mayonnaise a day.
So basically eggs. Like eggs and oil.
Moisturizing instant skin starting today.
With
Yeah.
mayonnaise.
With mayonnaise.
Yeah, it's a ceramic jug that appears to be able to hold a gallon of liquid, weighs about 12 pounds, whether full or empty, and a sloshing sound can be heard from within the jug when it's shaken, even if the jug is empty. You can use an action and name one of the liquids from the table below and cause the jug to produce the chosen liquid. Afterwards, you can uncork the jug and as an action pour that liquid out up to 2 gallons per minute.
So it's liquidy mayonnaise? What the hell?
Well, it
Well,
just
So like mayonnaise as we know it that we buy from Hellman's is kind of mayo, but I imagine this is like the more runny, like fresh egg yolk and oil mayonnaise.
Oh,
It doesn't have the emulsifier in it.
yeah, it's more of like a what do they fucking call it? The fancy name for fucking mayonnaise?
Aioli.
Aioli.
It's got garlic in it. That's all it is. Aioli is just mayo with garlic.
But hey, Nimbletooth, 2 gallons of vinegar a day. That's not too shabby.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so you find the alchemy jug.
Screw going on adventures. We're going to produce 2 gallons of mayo a day. We're going to sell it. We're going to break the fucking economy.
The name of the shop is just like Mayo.
The thing
What
is,
a bunch
that
of O's.
that is literally an anime.
No.
High school prodigies have it easy even in another world. They start making mayo and break the economy,
That's
and like that's
hilarious.
it is a guy show. It's stupid.
can I gather the acid around the inside lining?
Well, you got a jug that can make it.
Yes.
You if you want to try and collect it, you could try and dexterity check to essentially remove it intact.
Okay. Oh no!
Let's see.
Ruh-roh.
Now
I of
make
course removed everything before I did
yeah.
this.
Now make a dexterity saving throw to see if you can dodge out of the way as it falls out of your hand because it's old and slick and.
Oh.
Let's see, it is. That was just enough. So I rolled a 10. So you pull it off the lid and it's got like a lot of dust on it, so it's real hard to grasp. And maybe even pulling the alchemy jug out, you got a little bit of mayonnaise on your hand as you're handing it off. And it slips, but just as it's going to crash back into the box, you roll out of the way.
Has that jug had mayonnaise in it for thousands of years at this point?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but it's
Does
fresh.
it preserve it? Does it make it fine? Or is this 1,000-year-old mayonnaise?
We're gonna find out, aren't we?
Yeah, it's 1,000-year-old man. So essentially, someone summoned the mayonnaise because it just goes in there, and then you have to wait till the next day to do something new, and they just left it.
Oh no!
Well, now the jug is a toxic bomb.
Pour it out. We are washing that out before we even take it onto the ship.
Just pour it out into the sand. It'll be fine.
Actually, we don't even know what this jug does
Oh, this is true.
because we don't have anyone that can identify it right
Yeah,
now.
yeah. You just know it's a magical jug that's filled with mayonnaise.
Do we even know it's magical?
Yeah, you could feel the magic. Yeah, the
Okay, I
innate
was going to
magic
say,
on
can
it.
any of us detect magic?
Yeah,
Not detect, but an arcana might help.
the fey magic that's present on it with this bullshit fresh mayonnaise that's been in this jar for thousands of years, like it's clearly magical.
Okay, so the mayo is fresh.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
totally
okay,
fresh. Yeah.
Okay,
Boy,
it's delicious.
I'll take your word for it.
Suit yourself.
You got
At
3
this
more.
point, like Yezin is like poo bearing this jug of mayo.
Oh no! Oh.
I'm gonna have to.
How's
I'm
it
gonna have
taste?
to Google how fast can someone eat 2 gallons of mayonnaise and see how long till it runs out.
I've got a great idea. Just pour it into Zveek's head. We'll boil it down.
How much mayo does it take to OD on mayo?
Just start rolling Constitution saves for a heart attack.
Yeah. All right. Well, looks like this place is done. Move on to the next.
Yeah. Move on to the next.
Yeah, you
What do
can
we-
tell the buildings kind of get, as they go in, they get a little bit larger and a little bit more grand.
Oh, we're getting to bigger buildings. They might have better shit.
Yeah.
Oh.
What are the chances that there's actually something here that, we have to worry about? Like, the
Let's-
undead.
Don't care, cool stuff. Running off.
I mean, just stay alert.
Yeah, no problem.
If you find a giant gate with weird hieroglyphs and writings and stuff, probably don't open the gate until you're ready to.
Yeah, well, I'm sharp as a tack. I'm ready for it. Let's do it.
All right.
All right, next one. If you want to do investigations, 17.
Oh,
Ooh,
Oh, shit.
nat 20.
For a
Wow.
20? Mm-hmm. I was
Nimbletooth's,
made for this, Yezin.
Nimbletooth's lack of sleep is starting to, or
Yeah.
lack of rest is starting to,
For sure.
well,
Right off the bat, so with the nat 20, you just find some chunks of amber, like refined and finished and cut amber that is just strewn in the silt. It almost looks like it was washed into this house, and then you're just kind of kicking it over and finding. You find 2 large cut chunks of amber. Watery gold, yeah, like a rich colored gold amber, and then you find the next box.
Or is the color of the energy?
Whoa. So yeah, if you want to do, whoever wants to do the, let's see. So you can do, what was finding it? Perception. Yes, if you want to do the perception, if you're trying to find traps, or if you just want to start disarming it. There you go.
investigation.
Nope, you already. So Snick found it and pointed it out. So whoever wants to disarm it, if you're going
Oh, okay.
to, if you're going to look for traps, it'd be a perception check, and if you're going to, would it be an investigation? I almost feel like it would be because you're investigating something. Let me double check.
One of those, like,
Detecting-
investigation is looking for something that you are, like, studying something that you already know is there.
Yeah, it says a character actively looking for a trap can attempt a wisdom perception check. So yeah, if you
Okay.
perception check.
Yeah.
Oh, looks pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No traps here.
Nibbletooth is too distracted by Yezin just eating mayo by the handful. It's just-
Oh, that's disgusting.
And if you want to roll it was a dexterity check plus thieves tools or plus proficiency. So whatever your dex is, your dex bonus plus your 3. I think you guys are right. Double check.
So dex ability and the thieves tools.
Yep. So you're gonna do. Oh, okay. So yours is pretty good. So you would be. How do you have such a monster? Oh, it's a 1 plus 4. So you would be 4 plus 7, a d20 plus 7.
out of the decks, or just go to the
Yeah,
the
you could
D20?
do that. You could do actually if you do Dex ability check +3 then, because that'll automatically factor in the 4.
But
yeah,
how do you do the add
smoked it.
on though? That's the thing.
I don't know if you can do it that way. Let me see if you do it ahead of time. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, I'm just trying to
then
like how do you do it ahead of time though? That's the dexterity
let's
thing.
see, ability check. No, it didn't do it.
Yeah, see, it's like
You could do it. So since yours is a +7, you could at the bottom left, you could just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then do a D20, and then hit it. Not 2. 1, and then roll it. That'll give you D20 +7, but it's kind of pain in the ass. I wish they just had like a thieves tools button, you know?
yeah. I mean, I have the thieves tool in the inventory. I just don't know whether it could. Oh, you know what? It does have the.
Does it? Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Whoa, you actually got a lot more, right?
Yeah.
Where's
Yeah,
the
because
roll
it's the
breakdown?
expertise. Expertise and dexterity. So yeah, so I think it does it. Yeah, you just got to do it straight out of the thieves tools.
Oh, yours is a lot higher because you must have something else to it because you got a +11.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. All right, cool. So I think, Snick, for next time in your inventory, you have thieves tools and just roll it off there and it might give you a little more.
Okay.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, yeah, so 23. With the 23, you catch the trap as you're disarming it because it was so much higher than the DC. So what you miss with your perception, you find with disabling it.
With the tinkering. With
yeah,
the tooling
exactly.
around in there. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, this one was easy. And then he like opens it up.
This one you find a box of turquoise animal figurines. So this it almost looks like a artsy kind of art deal. You find like a small like wall tapestry that's fine silk that's folded up in there as well. And you find another 250 gold. And
making out like bandits.
Yeah.
and a ring. You could just write it down as Ring of Water Walking, but as of right now, you don't know what it is until you get it identified.
Literally the one place we don't need it.
Yeah. To be fair, the silt does interact like water, except for visibility if you're swimming in it.
To be fair.
To be fair.
To be fair.
Now we throw these into the bag.
Yeah, we're just kind of hucking everything into the bag for now.
Yeah, we can divvy it up once we get back up there. Really go through it and see what we got.
But he is interested in seeing which animals are depicted in these little figurines. What do we got?
They're perfect sculptures of us.
There is a mouse.
Yeah. Is there any animal that you're thinking of particularly?
Now, a turtle.
Yeah, you could see that they start to kind of morph to your desire.
Or like a tortoise.
Yeah. Yeah, so
There is a mouse.
Yeah.
They're exactly what the animals you want them to be.
Interesting.
It's a wizard got really pissed off at their kid constantly changing their mind of what toy they wanted. So their little figurines are reassembled to your desire.
Oh, that's awesome.
They're like our little otters.
Oh, look, there's an otter.
Oh shit! Look out!
How many in total were there?
7.
They're
7
all
little.
otters now.
You look down and they're all otters until you wheel something else.
Oh, god damn it! What are you doing?
This is so cool.
All right, well,
Stick them in the bag.
all right, put them in the bag.
Okay. Just dumping all this stuff into the bag. Oh,
How many more buildings were there?
2 more.
Let's go. We got 2 more buildings. Go.
let's go, go, go.
All right.
This building is more. You can see a couple dead bodies in there, like skeletons from. They're just ragged and strewn across the floor. It looks like they were in some sort of robes or clothing at one point. They're shorter bodies that would be kind of dwarvish, and they're just from the sea of silt, kind of mixing around. Their kind of bones are all scattered around.
I'm surprised all the bones are still here.
Me too. I'm just in the ground, like looking for a few small bones to like take with me.
You don't have to be weird about it. You can have the bones if you want the bones.
Useful for stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, you could write down ancient dwarf tibia and fibia.
Those are some weird dwarf names.
King Tibiath and Fibiath.
And their son, Humorous.
He wasn't very funny.
It's funny looking.
Investigations, if you want to try and look for the...
Not those perceptions or no?
These ones are... Because like investigation is like you know there's something in here and you're trying to find it. Perception is like stumbling across it, from what I gather. Nimbletooth, this time you find it. They're kind of in the wrong spot, and whoever did this one, must have had an in with one of the builders of this area and kind of put it off in a hidden section.
Look, they're trying to get us off track here. It's over here.
They're swerving on us. All right, we'll crack it open. Let's see what's in there.
All right. So he'll do a perception.
Yeah. This one, surprisingly, is not trapped.
Hey.
Surprisingly.
He
They
opens it
thought
up.
they hid it too well.
It is locked, though.
Son of a bitch.
Fuck.
All right.
Come on, Nimbletooth, you've got this.
You can do it.
I believe in myself.
I love how you roll a 5 but get a 15. It's so good. Yeah, you pick it. This one gives off like a aura of it's more of a medical professional, as of like the last one's like art collector. This one seems a little more healing based. You find 2 potions of greater healing,
Ooh.
which is the 44 plus 4, and 1 potion of supreme healing, which is 10d4 plus 20.
Jesus.
It looked like there was some other things in there, like salves and leaves and a lot more natural healing, but they've turned to dust in the meantime.
10d4 plus 10?
20. 10d4 plus 20. Potion of supreme healing. It is a very rare item. There's some pretty cool rolls on this table that you guys got.
Well, hey, we're covered. At least the 3 of us are covered for now.
These will be good if we keep running into the situations we keep running into with the bad guys.
That's very true.
Especially with Lyra not being available.
Yeah, that's a real good point.
We got 1 more building left. Let's go.
The big
All right, but
one.
Let's not put these in the bag. Let's actually hang on to these.
Oh yeah, for sure. Isn't too giddy and just like runs into the next building.
All right, we'll give him this one when he gets back.
Well, so with your 21, Nimbletooth, on the way out, you notice that where Snick had taken some bones, it was still kind of attached to a piece of a skeleton, and everybody kind of going in and out, and the wind has started to uncover a little bit more of that skeleton, and you notice like a necklace pendant around its neck that's still tied there with a leather strap.
Yeah, he leans down, he puts a knee to the ground, and he's like, oh, okay. And he, so there isn't really much of a body or torso skeleton, right? It's just kind of.
Yeah, there
flat
isn't
on
too
the-
much. It almost kind of like got twisted up and tied up in like the clavicle and a couple pieces of spine and stuff like that from all the swirling and jolting around just from the years and years and years. It's like all, tied up in there. It almost looks like a fucked up wind chime. And that is a Parafat of Healing. PERIAPT. And you're immune to contracting any disease while you wear that necklace.
Does it give off a magical aura?
Yeah, a lot of this stuff, because you guys are so used to Fey magic, and magic is so prevalent that it's kind of easy to pick out wondrous items like this compared to like mundane trinkets.
So basically keeps you from getting diseased.
And if you have a disease, it suppresses it while you're wearing it.
Nice.
Damn, if only it was for curses.
Seriously.
Yes, goes running into the next building. Just
Yeah, he'll take it and
so
he just
eager. Just
throws it around his neck.
Yeah. I don't know if you have to attune to it.
It's the easiest way to carry it, so he just threw it around his neck.
Yeah, for sure. I don't even think you need to attune to it. So that's it doesn't say anything about attunement.
Throws it on, not knowing what it is, and just now double cursed.
He reaches under his mask and he's like touching his face. Nope, they're still there.
Oh, my son of a bitch.
What did you do?
When I clicked on to see if it needed to get attuned, it got rid of the it got rid of that last thing I rolled.
Oh,
The table, yes. There was one thing on it that I want. So this give me 1 second, sorry. Row, okay, that's what it was. All right, I got us some loot back, but so yeah, this building seems to be a bit larger. It's what almost looks like was probably an observatory at one time, but all the glass and stuff where you gaze at the stars is all crashed in and slammed to the side. But yeah, you could you could surmise that this used to be some sort of observatory.
Oh, Lyra would be jealous.
Yeah. All right.
Jealous.
So for this last one, I'll leave it up to you guys. Could either all three do investigation checks, or you could all help the person with the highest investigation with a help action to let them roll at advantage.
I mean, I would help somebody. I'm way too excited, sitting there like, oh, bigger buildings. Like, let me teach you some things.
Yeah.
I've got a +6 to investigation.
that would be you then. I've got a +5 though, but that would help you.
Yeah, so you could do a roll at advantage with investigation then.
That's
All right.
That would 23. Nice. Yeah, you find same thing. They tried to do the old switcheroo from where it has been, and this one's kind of like there's a false tile in the floor.
just.
You found a secret place. Yeah.
I did, and then I'll just like try and like, how do I get it up? Like, and just like moving the sand off of the plate,
Crowbar.
He hands you the crowbar.
and then I'll just jimmy it in and pop it up.
Bink. Yep, comes right up. It was just kind of a fascia.
Kaboom.
Yeah, I probably should have checked for traps.
Yeah, so
Too
this
late.
one's This one's kind of like a set-in locker almost, so it's like it's a lot longer than it is wide. So the mechanism's on the top and the front. So essentially, what you could assume happens is you lock it, and the whole thing goes up and back.
All right. Let's
look
let's
trap.
get this bad boy. Mm-hmm.
Take a look. Gets his face in there. He's like, I don't know.
Yep, this one seems to be trapped.
Oh yeah. It's a good thing that you didn't stick that crowbar any further. All right. Gonna give it a go. Take a look.
Nibbletooth.
Snick, do you have thieves' tools as well, right?
Yeah.
So if you want to, you can essentially give him the help action for disabling it and do Nibbletooth. You can roll at advantage.
Yeah, I'll assist.
Okay.
I'm like, look, I think you gotta go that way. A little more that way.
Wait, this way? This way?
Yeah. Yeah. To the left. No, the other left.
Oh, sorry. Wrong. I was about to roll the wrong thing. Yeah. Here we go. There we go. Now I'm in the right place. I mean, I was supposed to roll with advantage, but, you know.
Nat 20 crit on the disable. You disable the lock and the trap, and everyone's underwear, everyone's naked. It's yeah, so in one, like, with Snick over your shoulder and one like little deft move, you disable the trap, pop the lid, and it opens up. So there's seems to be a lot more things in here. You notice too that whole top was just filled with massive amount of acids and what you would assume are caustic liquids, so like flame traps as well. So this would have been, there's a possibility it could have taken the whole roof down if this one went off.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it's a lot, but with the nat 20, get fucked. So
Son of a bitch.
coin wise,
Lesson learned. If you type anything into the journal, is there a way to save it? Because everything that I've just been typing into journal this whole time is no longer there.
Oh no.
Yeah, I was like,
Strange.
I'm glad. I know you guys are writing shit down, so, but I was
I
like,
thought you were writing shit down.
oh, you know what? I think, see, if you go into journal and edit mode, top right is the save button. That's stupid. That's annoying. That shouldn't be a thing. You should just be able to fucking...
Yeah. Wait, what? Oh, like the lock?
Yeah, well, no. So, like, go to journal, and then next
Yeah.
to journal entries, do the little right button, like the little scribbler.
Yeah, the edit button. Yeah.
And then top right of that, and that drop down, if you hover over it, the arrow pointing down thing, that's save. So let me
there is
see
no.
if...
I don't have an arrow point. Oh, wait a minute. No, that. Yeah, no, I don't have an arrow pointing down.
Oh, you don't? Mine says, like, paragraph, then, like, the margin thing, and there's
Yep.
nothing to the far right.
There's the bullet points, the numbering, image, table, and there's I don't know what this is. It's
Source code.
A horizontal line, insert edit link, then clear formatting, then source code, and then there's like a little, there is save.
The
Yep.
save, let me see if I'll do blah, 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 and then save it. Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
All right, now we know.
What kind of what kind of icon is that for save?
What kind of bullshit icon is that?
Where's the little diskette save icon? What? This is a crock of shit.
All right, so
Anyway,
there are a few cool things in here. So there's a lot more things in here as well. There is... What is... that one just doesn't make sense. Ezra, there's a lot of stuff here that just is stupid, so I'm not going to even. Let me start at the top. I'll just give you the coin. So the coin wise, 2,906.
Oh,
Oh man, we are loaded after this.
We don't tell Lyra or Teddy at all. Maybe the other items, but the gold, that's our little secret.
3 jet black onyxes.
Oh, shit.
like stones, cut gems. Like, what are we talking about here?
Yep,
Polished.
like cut. What are they called? Cabochons. Where it's flat on the back, so it's like an inset that goes on like a necklace or something like that, with multiple facets. Our half plate of vulnerability to
What?
to piercing.
Who would make that?
Listen, this world, there's a whole market for cursed items.
To what was it? To sharp items? What?
To cursed
piercing?
items. Yeah. So armor, half plate armor of vulnerability. So whoever wears it is vulnerable to piercing.
I got really excited because I'm like, I can wear half plate. I'm like, wait, what?
What is this? You already have one of those. There's a folding boat.
Oh,
I'm sorry, what?
it's an origami kayak. Great.
1 potion of heroism.
Ooh.
1 potion of heroin.
1 scroll of protection from fiends. And a movable rod.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
okay. I need to borrow that for a prank.
Hell yeah, we do.
We're gonna tear the boat apart because we're like,
And there is one other thing possibly, but what's the best way to do this? I think what we'll do is I'm going to leave it up to the moon. We'll see. I'm going to roll. Is it Lyra's perception at advantage? Nat 1.
Oh,
And 24. So,
ooh.
as you take all that stuff out, where the top of this building was, it used to be glass, like an observatory, like an atrium almost, and this chest is kind of like inset into the floor above that. So as you take it out, it looks pretty empty, but a beam of moonlight starts to shine down from where the glass used to be, even though it's daytime. It's the same color light that is from the light that Lyra gives off, and you find the robe starts to appear in the bottom of the cask, and it is a robe of the stars.
Oh.
And it is a dark, we'll say this one's dark blue, is embroidered with small white and silver stars. You gain a +1 to saving throws while you wear it. 6 stars located on the robe's upper front portion are particularly large. While wearing this robe, you can use an action to pull off a star and to cast magic missile at 5th level. Daily at dusk, 1d6 of the removed stars reappear. While you wear this robe, you can use an action to enter the astral plane with everything you're wearing and carrying. You remain there as long until you use an action to return to the plane you were on. You reappear in the last place you're occupied, or if that space is occupied, the nearest unoccupied space.
That's
Just
cool as fuck.
pretty fucking dope.
Well, Lyra would hate this, so might as well just leave it behind.
And Yezin, you start to feel that telltale sign of like a slow earthen rumble. That it's soon that this might start closing up.
Zeke probably comes back because he's got like the tremor sense and
Yep.
like. All right, everybody. Well, it's time to go. This thing's about to go back under the silt for probably ever again.
Well, I think we did pretty good.
Yeah. Let's get back to the shit.
All right.
Just running on back to the ship.
You walk out and the ship is gone.
Fuck!
This isn't where I parked my car.
Who forgot to put the parking brake on?
You!
Shit!
Yeah, so you guys get right back. You could see that the sand is slowly starting to. So it's kind of like dunes that are up on the edge of the little ruins, and the sand is slowly starting to, fall back in little waves here and there. And a lot of the buildings are starting to slowly fill back up with sand.
Gone.
Yeah, you get back on the ship, and I think that's where we'll end tonight with Lyra perceiving the robe of stars in the bottom of the fucking thing. That was the thing when I had closed it out. I was like, no, this is way too fucking cool of a roll for you guys to miss out on.
Cool.
Yeah.
5th level magic missile? That's insane.
That's pretty beefy tits. I'm surprised it's in the fucking same level.
I was going to say, because like, it's like 7th level, you get like your first 5th level spell, right? Or some shit like that.
Yeah, so all these loot tables are ranged 5 to 10.
Okay.
So, yeah. I don't know what the rules are on that maybe you have to have that level slot spell to be able to cast it. I'm not positive, though. I'll have to look at it, but...
Well, eventually.
We made 5,356 gold.
Yeah, in raw coin.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that is.
Like I said, it's a lucrative business being out here in the silt.
I can get behind being a treasure hunter.
Yeah.
You're a natural.
I don't know. The silt life might be made for us. I don't know.
And you're very good at this too, Nimbletooth. Look at you disarming all those traps.
Well, had a little help. So, what do we do? Just wait till the next one pops up, or just keep going?
You keep going. There's no telling when or where these things are going to pop up.
So sometimes this doesn't happen, and you're out here like days, weeks, months, and you never even get these, huh?
That's why people build entire, settlements and cities on ships so that they can wander the silts while still living and providing. And then when this pops up, that's where they go.
Well, seems pretty random to live, but I don't know. I suppose.
I mean, isn't all living random?
You're not wrong. Random enough.
As you say, the isn't all living random, and you look back, you can start seeing the spirits of all the dwarves that used to live there, kind of going about their day, like they don't realize that they've been killed under the immense weight of the silted sea
Oh fuck, we gotta get out of here now.
Oh,
as the sand starts to slowly fill back up and cover the spirits up. And I think that's where we're gonna end tonight.
Nice.
Making some fucking money.
Hell yeah.
We did it.
Gotta have a reason to be in the fucking silt, right? Can't just be all shit.
Yeah.
Oh man, we actually made out like bandits. Holy crap.
Dude, the list of stuff we got out of here.
Yeah, like this whole page is just things that we picked up.
I'm looking like I moved my page to look at the other stuff. I'm like, oh wait, the other stuff we still have on us is worth money too. We still have to liquidate all of those assets.
oh yeah, we
Yeah,
definitely have some
brunch.
stuff. We gotta get to one of these floating settlements and see what we can trade off.
It was a good thing you didn't set any traps off. We'll just say that.
We got
What kind of trap is that? Death.
They're pretty fucking beefy
What
tits.
kind? Instant.
We're gonna go raid the Mad Bird streams again because it's
Mad
fun and it's just kind of what we do now.
Though it's okay. We have a potion of revivify.
That's right, we do.
Oops. Slash raid.
Time to go raiding.
Raid
Hit
has been
save.
created. Yeah,
fucking.
that's so stupid. What a fucking
is
dumb
stupid.
idea.
What kind of icon is that? Is it what? What is this? How is that the
let's-
save icon?
Who's
A down
DMing
arrow
today?
and a pencil, like looking thing. Like, what is that? That's
don't see the
that's not the
DM today.
universal sign
nice
for
to see you
save.
here.
Oh, she's there. I just think her camera's down.
So we've never.
Okay, cool. All right, raid has been created. We're gonna send all the homies over there. Yeah, we'll see you guys next week. I'm on call, but I shouldn't have any calls because it's not really wintertime yet. No one's using heating or cooling, so unless a water heater blows up, there you go.
I mean, next Monday is going to be October, which means in New York, like that temperature is going to be like, oh, fuck it, cold now.
Oh no, it's already done that.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
okay.
was so good. I was so
I don't
happy.
know. It's still like 100 degrees out here in like
my
LA.
God.
This
Yeah,
sucks.
That's gotta
Give it
go.
to me. Give me that. Give me that heat.
Hold on. I need to verify. Our Monday game falls on Halloween.
Oh, dope. I don't know how that's gonna work with the baby.
Yeah, you might have to go trick or treating.
Well, then again,
Well, by
with
then-
the raid's
well-
going out, but we'll figure that out. Okay, bye. Shit.
Bye.
Hey.